one step enough for me.
A Catholic cemetery is a sacred place of honor and respect for those who have died. It is a place where Catholics come to express their grief and hope in the resurrection for their loved ones who have preceded them in death.
Cemeteries are very, very important in the life of the church. You know, one point in the creed, we profess the resurrection of the dead and the communion of saints. St. Paul tells us that whether we live or we die, whether alive or dead, we belong to the Lord. This highlights that aspect of communion of saints in which we, the living, we commune with the dead. And among those dead, there are persons who are still in purgatory. There are some who have made heaven, who are qualified for heaven. And it's in their cemetery we pray, you know, because they have gone, they rely on our prayers.
In the Diocese of Boya, from its inception, fallen heroes throughout the years have been buried at the Cathedral Cemetery, where Christians and students of Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary have the culture of passing around to pray for the peaceful repose of their souls.
I remember in our days in the minor seminary, whenever we attend Holy Week, especially Holy Saturday, Easter Vigil, when we leave church, the very first place that we stop is this cemetery, where we pray, we sing, especially to the past fallen rectors of Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary. We pray for them, pray for all the other members who are lying here, and we put our candles on their tombs and we descend down to the seminary. That has been a culture that we have been doing time and again.
For a while now, it has been the worry of many that the state of this cemetery has been degrading. Eventually, something is being done.
Growing up, this place hasn't been really presentable because the graves were not cemented. Most of them were not really visible because of grass and so on.
I came to this compound in 1979, and the way this graveyard was, it's like if anybody dies or before he dies and thinks that he has to be buried here, he will be afraid to die. Because if you look at the way the graveyard was treated, you will ask yourself, is that how I am going to be when I die? But from this particular moment, if you look at this graveyard, it's like you have to apply to die, because you know that where you are, you sleep in peace.
Realizing the state of things, the bishop takes up the task of reconstructing the graves after making some inquiries.
Coming to the cemetery to pray, I saw the state of the cemetery, and because of that, I took upon myself that I was going to renovate all the graves that are found here. There are 39 of them, and I had the privilege during our BAPEC meeting to talk with the other bishops of the province. Bishop George Nko, who was here, the Archbishop Bamenda, who had visited, and I shared the thought to him, and we came here and he was able to identify all the graves.
The reconstruction works undergo several phases, and of course, not without challenges. But at the end, there is the beautiful outlook visible at the moment.
It took us about a month to realize what you are saying. And with the engraving of the names, it still took us about a week. And we had a challenge on that because they couldn't do it here in Buea. We have to look for somebody in Douala who have to do it. And there were some errors in some of the names, so we have to bring the person back from Douala to come and do some of those corrections here. So those are some of the challenges that we face.
Finances to man the project come from a host of sources, some of which are goodwill donations for the diocese.
I've been trying from some donations that I was given to be keeping some little savings until when I thought I could do the work. And I decided that I would do the work to try to restructure the graves, realign them, and to make it uniform. Once we are celebrating Mass here, it is the cemetery in small circle. Just as when they were celebrating the Mass down at the cemetery closer to Bishop Rogan, I think those who were here too, they were benefiting. So we don't have two cemeteries as such. It's one cemetery. And we are deciding that we are celebrating Mass here, the commemoration of the souls of the faithful departed, which is the 2nd of November. And I'm sure when the Christians will come and see what we have done here, as far as renovation work is concerned, it's going to motivate them.
Christians are also encouraged to see what to do as far as the burial grounds of their relations in the various parishes are concerned.
I thank Bishop very much for the work we don't do because they've been since 1974. This place being a pure grass bush. So it don't make up for the way we go be everlasting, we go the shine. You know, before the shine, just now we don't can, I don't make a big way to be a big.
This is a lot of work that Bishop Bibi has done. We have to appreciate it. I say it's perfect now because we used to clear the grass and we keep clearing the grass and never look clean as it is today.
It's very, very clean, and I hope that the Christians, they have the zeal to come and pray, unlike before.
The commemoration of All Souls in the Diocese of Buea this year is at this cemetery, but prayers will continually be said in both the Cathedral Cemetery and the Parish Cemetery.
This cemetery will be blessed officially by the bishop on the day we commemorate the faithful departed, that is Wednesday, the 2nd of November. A mass will be celebrated here by the bishop at 4 p.m, which is going to bless the cemetery again. And thenceforth, we shall be celebrating masses here from time to time. The bishop intends, I have overheard him, determined to build a grotto here, so that we can also come and make devotions and pray. Masses will be celebrated in this particular cemetery like in other cemeteries.
It is my prayer and wish that all the different parishes in the diocese, when they come to the cathedral, they look at the graves here, may also motivate them to talk to the various families who have their loved ones buried in our graves all over, to see how we can make our graves to look like this. And this is honor, this is respect that we are giving to those who have fallen asleep.
One of the ways of honoring the memory of loved ones after their departure from this earth is to place a veritable tombstone where their mortal remains lie. Christians of various parishes, in collaboration with their parish priests, are to see how to attend to the graveyards in their various parishes, particularly in this month of November, when Catholics all over the world pray for the dead.